it felt completely unknown, uncertain. I didn't know how it was going to work out, if anyone would come.
I got the word, co-production, but I didn't understand how it what it meant in this context.
Yeah, no, similarly, yeah, I was actually quite intrigued and, excited, try not to be anxious, more excited about, the possibilities.
Same here, really. I was unsure, wondering how I could help.
Yeah, excited, curious, wondering again, what could I bring to the group?
I remember the first meeting. Yeah, I felt a little bit, oh, who's going to be there? But yeah, it was great.
My confidence is built so much. I couldn't believe 3 years ago I could even sit and talk to anybody without a bottle of whiskey in my hand at least.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. I'd have to always be high. I wouldn't be interested in doing anything like this. And doing that, I was surprised, how much I have got upstairs.
I personally have got a background in substance abuse, and I did for the majority of my adult life. Sometimes I still feel, I wasted so much time. I was helped by a lot of these services, and this is why I do what I do, because my lived experience will help somebody else.
Same thing, like drug addiction for a lot of my life. Got helped, I had a mental breakdown 5 years ago, was helped again, and it's nice to, it's good to give back,
Being able to have an opinion on all that there was to me eye-opening, really. So, and to be heard and get validated.
To be honest, I didn't know something called lived experience actually existed. It's magnificent, and that's really what I want, and that will give me a real sort of sense of achievement with it.
I really enjoyed the tendering process, working on a really high level with commissioners.
Me, same, like the commissioning. I learned a lot. I mean, I ain't good with big words, but I've learned what procurement meant,
I think when I was doing the commissioning, I just asked a curious question, is why did you involve us? And I was told basically that no amount of training that they received or had would ever fulfill what lived experience would have or could give. And I thought, oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw one of the ladies on the news. So I was like, oh yeah, she was just pitching something to me, like a sort of Dragon's Den style, and now she's on the news. Yeah. So like what you were saying, Lawrence, it's, no hierarchy.
I enjoyed the whole process, but also I really actually enjoyed our project on developing the service user passport, because I've been advocating for this for quite a few years.
The passport, or the idea of having a simple way of explaining who you are, what your condition is, what your medication is, all of the sort of very basic stuff.
It's such a simple thing, and that's what used to annoy me. You keep repeating yourself, and you just get frustrated, and you just want to, run out of the building.
I mean, I learnt how important it is to work with people, actually, to listen to people and to learn from people.
Being part of the group is a highlight, and I know that sounds so cheesy, but it really is. I don't know, I just feel like this particular group has an unsaid level of respect for each other without judgments,
I think for me, what actually helped me most of the way, and still does, is nobody's perfect. Yeah, and it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah, as we have the group agreement, but it also have this feeling of organic feel. How do I say? Chemistry, yes.
And I guess part of being in the co-production group is creating a community, creating a group, but we've worked together to design solutions to problems in the system, and the passport has been one of those things.
It was nice having the debate about it, and then all us coming to a decision about it, and then, listen to all the difference of opinions from everyone. That's what's so good about it, and being part of co-production, that brings it out in everyone, I think.
When we first started, we were all called experts by lived experience, and I actually hated that, because I thought I'm an expert at nothing. you know, and then to have a conversation about that and then just realise, oh, we're co-producers. It's okay, I can work with that, and it's just made it easier.
That's a really good point, because we might work with like commissioners, we might work with people who run services, work in services, volunteer, whatever, and sometimes we all have to introduce ourselves in a meeting or in a workshop.
I think with time and all the training and practice we've had, we've embodied it, so it feels, you know, it's not, we don't hesitate to say it now, it's because we've embodied it, you know.
Yeah.
One thing I actually quite like about the group as well is, you know, the varied, you know, learning resources that we do have as well. So we can, the other week we were managing anxiety, then we can be doing something with a guest speaker about, you know, maybe some psychology or something like that, you know. So it's we learn a lot about learning.
Yeah, so the training we've had this year, so we've had decision making, negotiation, managing anxiety. What was the other one?
Group dynamics.
Group dynamics. Yeah.
Yeah.
That all came from you guys, so what you've said you need, but that comes along the process. So we could have had this training 6 months ago, but maybe it wouldn't have been the right time, but we had it now.
For me, it's like being able to listen actively, like active listening, being part of the group and commissioning and that, like it's helped me grow as a person, really.
We're not the elite, we are just a group, committed members of a co-production, but our role in a way is to represent so many other people.
Inclusion is very important, but some people might not be quite ready. So whether it's like stages where, okay, they're not quite ready to be committed to this type of meeting, but then you meet with them maybe at the office, tell them what we're doing, and then, you know, give them confidence, a little bit of training until they get to this level of being able to be more committed.
Maybe this setup isn't
Conducive.
appropriate for everybody. Maybe this isn't where everybody wants to work and how everybody wants to work. So yeah, how would you support someone to be involved in co-production?
We can just open the group for a consultation. People can just be invited for one-off event, just communicating directly with service users, ask them what they need, just present some of our projects, what we're working on.
People just can approach it however they want, just very, you know, just by listening or whatever. Or you can be as involved as you like. You've got to have some basic structure, if you like. The rest will figure itself out.
Perhaps ultimately the ideal of a co-production is full autonomy of the group, I see. But it takes time, it takes training, it takes structure designed by the co-production group. They might be consulted by staff members.
But not run by.
But not run by.
Yeah.
For me, it seems like a problem-solving service anyway, and problems will always arise. And so it's going to evolve and constantly going to be needed, you know.
I'll just put this out there. I think it's at this point, co-production is a need.